Aaron, I wanted to go ahead and get to you on the next video that I had for you. The video I'm going to focus on this week is I want to just kind of introduce you real quickly to what I'm reading, what I'm listening to, what I'm watching. I'm kind of in a weird place in that I would like to talk to you about a book that I've just finished and give you a review on it, but because I'm doing so much reading for school, on my personal reading time, I'm actually just in the middle of a bunch of books, and so I'm going to show you a few of those and talk to you about what I think so far, and then hopefully the next time I'll be able to give you a final review and kind of show you what I'm planning to head on into next. Let me begin real quickly by showing you my front yard. Ooh, there it is. It's so pretty. Ooh. Notice the flower bed is now a weed bed. The book that I've been reading on the longest and that I'm almost finished with is a book called RUMO and His Miraculous Adventures. This book is actually very interesting. It's one of those books that I was walking through the regular fiction section at Hastings, and I saw this. The cover just kind of caught my attention. It was this, Easter egg blue with a naked-looking dog holding a giant sword. And I was like, what is that? And I picked it up and read about it, and it sounded awesome. And the reviews online were great. Compared to Harry Potter meets Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, meets The Princess Bride, meets The Odyssey, is basically how it's described. It's actually German written. The author is German, and it's been translated. It's a series of about 6 or 7 books, and 3 or 4 of them have been translated into English. This is actually the second. But the way they're written, they're kind of Terry Pratchett style. You don't have to read them in order because it's a world that he's created, and then he just kind of zooms in on places and times and characters in the world. This one happens to be about RUMO. Here's the neighborhood, so to speak. My beautiful car. Neighbors across the street. Neighbors behind us. It's a nice, quiet neighborhood, and we are very happy to live here. Glendale's a town of about 6,000, similar to what Mantino is, where we came from, minus all the farm trucks. And to really do anything fun or worthwhile, you have to drive 30 minutes into Tyler, but this is a good home, nice place to come home and to be quiet. Except for our dogs, who are not so quiet. We have 3. The next 2 books that I want to show you, I like to read fiction and nonfiction at the same time. With school, I've backed off on nonfiction because I'm reading, theology and sociology and history all the time right now, so I don't do those as much. But this is one that I am looking at. It's called Taking God at His Word. I started it. I'm only a chapter and a half or so into it, but it's been really good and refreshing. I'm curious to see what he has to say about the rest. And then real quickly, this is called Hector and His Search for Happiness. This is actually written by a French author, a French psychiatrist, who in real life kind of stumbled among the question with his patients of what really legitimately makes people happy. And so he wrote this as kind of a who moved my cheese parable, modern day parable for psychiatry and happiness and well-being. And so far I am 36 pages into it. It's not a huge book. It is delightful. The main character is a psychiatrist that goes on a journey around the world to study what makes people happy. It's hilarious, it's sweet, it's endearing, it's thought-provoking, probably my favorite thing that I'm reading right now. Alright, so what am I listening to? What I listen to with music is kind of interesting. I'm not the guy that's on the cutting edge front lines of what's popular, what's new in music. I don't have the time or the resources to be that guy that's sniffing out groups before they're big. I wish I could, but one of the things that somebody introduced me to at church is this group called Rend They wanted to do a song of theirs for our service called Lighthouse. I listened to it, I loved it, so out of curiosity I went out and bought that album, not this one. This is their freshman album. I bought the sophomore album. sophomore album was amazing. We ended up doing like three or four songs off that album in church. Imagine Mumford & Sons meets David Crowder Band, and boom, you have Rend Collective. It's just a real like American Irish Celtic bluegrass hybrid that is focused on being accessible and usable for worship in a church or faith setting. Super awesome. I love to listen to records. This is Of Monsters and Men. They've been around for a while. They're not new, nothing to surprise you. Music sounds better on record. And if I am at home studying, bored, want to open the windows and read, or just want to sit on the couch and forget about life and listen to good music, this is the record that I put on the record player right now. So that's my pulp culture life in a nutshell. As soon as I finish midterms next week, I have a ton of papers due, and then I'm in finals, and the semester's over the first week of December, so it's going to be like boom. So I wanted to get this out to you before that craziness set in. I do plan on getting you something else soon, but let me know how you're doing. You owe me a couple of videos now, bro. Get her done.